And we are back. Another episode of the Wildcast Podcast brought to you by Pima Federal Credit Union. My guy, Michael Lev, senior writer and columnist, here with a very special guest, Ivan Kharchenkov, Arizona basketball forward who's back for his second season. Ivan, thank you for joining the podcast, man.
Thanks for inviting me. Happy to be here.
All right, so most important question. Have you tried the new German spot in town, Beer Garden?
I heard about it, and I also heard there are a lot of people, and it's always sold out. So not yet, but I'll definitely go and try it.
Okay. You got to try it, man. It's good stuff, especially,
Yep.
you growing up in Germany. It's definitely some high-quality German food. But, you're going into your second season with the program. What was enticing about coming back to Arizona after finishing your first year? I'm sure you probably weighed all your options, but coming back to Arizona, why do you think that was the best option for you?
Because I feel like, as I can develop as a player really good here. I can really make the next step here. And also I felt like the first year I needed a little couple months, couple games to really adjust. And I feel like the second year, I will, mostly of the time know what to do. So I feel like, it's better for me to stay here.
You had said previously that your kind of overarching goal was to make it to the NBA, and that's why you kind of went on that path with Bayern, being part of that club. Uh, but you've also said that you don't want to necessarily stick to a strict timeline, right? That you're kind of like working on yourself, and whatever the timeline is, the timeline is. Was that part of your thought process as you were weighing your options this last
Yeah,
offseason?
yeah. So I mean, definitely, I don't want to put any pressure on myself because as soon as I put pressure on myself, always thinking about it. This year is gonna be next year. It's gonna be in a couple years. I just want to, be the best, version of myself I can be right now. Obviously, I have, so many things that I can work on every summer, and this is actually my first summer ever. I can actually, work on myself, on my body, on anything, on my game. And there's, just whenever the time comes, it comes, and I feel like I will know when the time is ready, when it's ti time to go.
I'm always curious from someone who grew up in Europe and then they come experience Tucson, Arizona, and now we're in late July. What do you think about the weather out here in Tucson?
It's a little bit hotter than in Europe.
Of
No, I
course, a
mean
little bit.
just a little bit. No, I mean it's beautiful. It's really hot though. Um, but perks of being here the second year, I know how to handle it a little bit. Always start your car before, get the AC going everywhere. Never shut it off.
Pro move, pro move.
Are you still?
And
Yeah, go ahead.
and yeah, I mean, just it's beautiful, and I like that, because of the dry heat, you don't have any mosquitoes flying around, so that's a plus.
You had told our Bruce Pascoe last fall that you discovered Mount Lemon as an option to kind of get away from the heat. Are you still going up there every so often?
Yes, I always try to go there, up once a week, once every 2 weeks, um, just to get away from the heat, just to get away from Tucson a little bit, get a little restart, refresh, because every time I'm here, I'm working hard, just always doing something, uh, and going up there just forced me to do nothing basically, um, and that's I discovered that, and I felt like I always needed once in a while.
So let's go back to your roots. Your family is Russian, if I'm not mistaken, but you grew up in
Yes,
Germany. Can you
correct.
tell us about just your childhood and your family and how you started playing basketball?
Yeah, so my parents are both Russian, born in Russia. Me myself, I was also born in Russia, in Moscow. Then I was not even a year old. I think it was 11 months. We moved. My parents moved me to Germany. So I grew up basically my whole life in Germany. And yeah, I mean, I didn't spend too much time with my grandpa, with my grandma, but just found new friends in Germany. Me and my parents. And yeah, I just grew up here, or in Germany. And yeah, with the perks of both, my parents with the Russian at home and outside of the house, with the German.
How many languages do you speak?
Oh,
Three:
fantastic.
English,
Three?
Russian, and German. Yep.
Yeah. Okay. And your parents were both basketball players,
Yes.
correct? And your dad is a pretty big time coach. And you would tag along with him when you were a child. What can you tell us about that?
Yeah, he was my coach. But no, he won the World Cup in 1974 in Puerto Rico. He was a part of that team. And yeah, I mean, since I was little, I was always by his side, you know. He was, you know, coaching 3 or 4 teams at once, and you know, every day, all the time in the gym. And I was always there. And yeah, just, you know, spending time in the gym, seeing a lot of basketball, and, you know, just spending time with my pops.
What was your favorite memory playing basketball with your pops?
I don't know if I could really just, you know, give it just a one-time moment because we spent so much time together. We like literally since I was 6 until like even now, um, my parents are over here right now, and spending time with me in the gym, outside of the gym. I think it's just you know, the process all over the time, and I start to reflect now more and more how much it meant to me for me, how much, you know, time and you know, like effort he spent on me. Like also my mom though.
Mm. So I would assume growing up in Germany, it was easy to look up to guys like Dirk Nowitzki, maybe got Dennis Schroeder. I don't know if that was a a popular name in Germany, but who were some of your basketball inspirations growing up?
My inspiration, the biggest one was definitely Michael Jordan. But like I was a fanboy of Steph Curry. I just loved, you know, the way he was playing basketball, so effortless. And yeah, I mean, I tried to, you know, build my game around him, but then I, you know, grew a little bit more taller, you know, got a little bit stronger, and I understood, you know, it's not really realistically.
I know you dabbled in other sports when you were young. You eventually decided basketball was the way to go. Um, but soccer's so big in Europe. We just had the World Cup here. Were you following the World Cup feverishly?
Yeah, just a little bit. Obviously, I was rooting for Germany a little bit. Really painful, you know, out. But no, I just, you know, like these World Cups, European Championships. It's just such a high level soccer, and just the pressure, the stakes. I just love, you know, and it just happens, you know, like once 4 year every 4 years. So it's, you know, it's really a big deal. So it's like the Olympics. I always try and, you know, even if I don't, you know, like the sport that much, trying to tune in like Olympics. You know, I watch all the different kinds of sports.
Whenever that comes up again, the Olympics, what country would you qualify for or try to represent?
I'll qualify for the German national team
Yeah, okay.
because I've made that decision. I was, I think, 15 or 16. I got my German passport, and I had to make a decision who I'm going to play for, and then I made the decision to play for Germany. And then turns out it was the right decision because now, you know, Russia with the war is not capable of playing anywhere. So yeah, pretty happy I made the decision.
Sure. One more question kind of about soccer and Bayern. Like, are you guys all on the same like campus? The different sports like soccer and basketball, or are those like are they separate entities?
So like the youth, yes. I was living in a campus with 40 other soccer players. Where it was just me and another basketball player that was living on the campus. So it was purely just soccer. And then it was the first time that a basketball player, you know, joined the campus. So the youth program, yes, they practicing in the same spot, but the pros, they're completely like literally on the other side of town.
Wait, and one more thing about the representing Germany, Olympics coming up here in a couple years. You have aspirations to play in the Olympics?
Well, obviously, you know, I would be, you know, honored to play, but I don't know. I mean, we'll see how it goes the next couple of years. I have, you know, still time to, you know, prove myself. And you know, if, you know, my name's gonna get called, I'll be super happy and, you know, also ready.
So when the scouting reports first started to trickle out about you over there in Europe, they called you a guard. You
Hmm.
came over here and you basically played small forward, right? That's probably the best way to describe it. You did play a little bit of power forward last year, and Tommy was on a podcast earlier this week, and he talked about the possibility of you maybe playing a little bit of power forward this year if certain things don't work out as far as adding more players. How do you feel about that possibility?
I mean, even last year, whenever I was playing the four, it's not really, it's not really like a downgrade or whatever for me. Like for me, whatever the team needs me to play, I'll play. If I need to play defense on a five, I'll play defense on a five. If I'll need to, bring up the ball, I'll play the five, offensively, like literally whatever the team needs. And I also don't mind. And I feel like in modern basketball, more and more, the positions don't matter. Like, you can go small ball, you can go, big, you can get this, you can do that. And that's like the thing about me. I can like do multiple things, literally whatever the team needs. So yeah, I mean, if we don't add anyone, then I would not mind, playing the four, if that's, what Tommy decides to do, if that's, what Tommy thinks is gonna be the best for the team. Like I'm all for it.
So you're what, 6'7", and what's your weight these days?
It's around like 240, 245. I'm jumping a little bit.
240, 245?
Mhm.
Wow. Okay. Is that what you played at last year, or were you a little bit lighter?
I was a little bit lighter, yes. I was like 230, 235-ish. So I
Hmm.
definitely gained a little bit.
Wow. Okay. So you've been in the weight room, sounds
Yes.
like.
In the weight room with rounds, for sure, yes.
How is the workout program with Rounds? Because I mean, it's no secret; it's been known for a long time. He transforms bodies. So
He
what's it like being a
does.
part of his strength and conditioning program?
Well, at the beginning last year, I was a little bit skeptical about it because it was like completely night and day, like the difference from Europe and American, or like his style. But I started buying in more and more, and I think like this year I really made like the next step in like fully trusting it and like understanding it also. But I mean, yeah, it's super hard weights, and you really have to like shift your mindset a little bit. You have to like doing weights, because it's tough and like can be too soft to do it. So it's like I like doing it.
But also, you're building up the armor a little bit. So you feel like you're playing more aggressive at the rim. You're attacking a
Well,
little bit
yeah.
more.
Yeah, I mean, whenever people, are gonna try bump me, I think it's gonna be more difficult than last year.
Absolutely.
You had such a great team last year.
Yeah.
Awesome 8-man rotation. You went to the Final Four. Multiple guys picked in the NBA draft, 2 first rounders and a second rounder. Most of those guys are gone. You and Mo decided to come back and kind of form the nucleus of this year's team. How do you feel like your role has changed in terms of whether it's production, leadership, all of those things?
Well, I think definitely the leadership, I made a big jump, just because, of all the seniors leaving, it's JB, Tobe, Delhi, like all these, big leaders, seniors. Um, so yeah, they're like definitely like the biggest ones, that, were leading the team last year. Um, and yeah, I think this year is definitely going to be my role, especially knowing Tommy for a year now, and not having that many seniors or any seniors at all. If I don't,
Mo, I think Mo's
uh,
a senior, right?
Richard though, I think
Yeah, okay.
Richard,
Retro
yeah.
Junior, okay.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, re really, just freshmen or new guys coming in, from the portal. So, super excited, to help them get into the groove more quicker. Um, and I feel like I'm gonna be more the vocal leader because Mo doesn't like to talk that much. He's a little shy, but he will definitely show it, on the court, with his work ethic, in the weight room. His action speaks more than words.
Is there anyone in particular that you've taken under your wing? this summer?
Uh, a little bit. Cam, he's been asking a lot of questions. I've been trying to help him a lot. But also Caleb, just like everybody, especially the freshmen. It's just such a big, jump from high school to college, especially to like a big level like Arizona. Just trying to, tell them, okay, that was a good practice, can't relax because, there are 4 more practices, to go in the week or, something like that. Nothing crazy, but like, whatever question he has, I'll be, there for him. And I told him that. So yeah.
We had Cam on the pod a couple weeks ago, and the way he described himself sounded a lot like you. He was talking about having a heavy emphasis on defense and playing with a lot of energy.
Yes.
Does that sound familiar?
Yes, 100%.
Where did this defensive mindset develop for you?
Well, it developed overseas in Europe. I, I was always playing against people, older than my age. So I always had, needed to be stronger. And also all the coaches, they're like, okay, you're younger. So the only way, for you to see the court is you have to play defense. And so, yeah, I started playing defense, and at the beginning I was not good at it, and then I tried and put more and more emphasis on it, especially because I obviously wanted to play, and then yeah, I always picked up the guard or always the best player from the other team, especially when I was practicing with the pros, I was like guarding Carson Edwards, Sebastian Napier, like really really good players. And
And guys who are
whenever
much older than you too.
yes, no, way older. Like I was playing against people that literally could be my father, but so yeah, that's why
You're like
I ha
yeah, like it's like Yamal, it's like Lamine Yamal and Messi, kind of,
Yeah.
right?
yeah, a little bit. Yeah, I mean, I had teammates that had like 4 kids, and one of them is like 15, and I'm like 17. I'm like, holy fuck, like, um. But no, I definitely had to, prove myself defensively, gain the trust of the coach, of the players, put in more work than, anybody else, come earlier, leave later, all these things. And yeah, that's how like, improved over the years.
Some of your teammates, or you mentioned Cam, incoming guy, young player. Another incoming young player that you have that is expected to do big things is Caleb Holt. Man, Braden Burries was a top 10 pick. Caleb Holt might be that, maybe even better. What do you think about Caleb Holt and what he's going to bring?
I mean, Caleb is gonna bring a lot of things. He's gonna bring a lot of energy. He's gonna bring, just this grit, the toughness. I mean, he's just a good basketball player. He plays, the basketball the right way. He's just hooping out there, having fun, and playing super hard. So I think, he definitely has, big things ahead. And we're gonna have a lot of fun watching him playing with him.
When you kind of did your, self-critique of your season last year and maybe looked ahead to areas of improvement, things you want to work on, what did that assessment look like?
Well, I definitely wanted to get stronger in weight room. That's what I'm, working on with rounds. Then one more thing, I just wanted to be, a little bit more comfortable handling the ball. Whenever I go to the paint, I don't always want to pick it up, because that's just easy for the defender to strip me. And also third and like probably the biggest thing is shooting. I was shooting I think below 33% last year. And I just wanted to bump it up a little bit. And I just obviously there's no pressure. It's always a process. Um, and I'm just been in the lab uh since I came back again, working on it. Shots feeling good, but like I said, shots in practice is not the same like in games. So trying to replicate it as much as possible, but yeah, just working on it.
Sure. Just to be clear, Yvonne is talking about his 3-point percentage, not his overall percentage, which is
Yeah,
definitely higher than 30%. But you
yeah.
probably want to get that 3-point percentage like around that 40%
I mean,
range, ideally, right? Yeah.
Of course, yes. We want to, be as good as possible.
It's been a busy summer for Arizona basketball. Like you're getting in the weight room, getting stronger. You also have a number of former teammates performing at NBA Summer League in Las Vegas. What was it like monitoring those guys?
I mean, it was fun. It was fun, especially the game when Phoenix played against Milwaukee Bucks. It was just fun, seeing Braden going against Koa. Uh, yeah, it was. It's just it's crazy to think about that. Like 2 months ago, we're still playing together, and all of a sudden, they spread and probably, you know, will never play together again. They'll play against each other, but uh, you know. It's just funny because we spent a whole year together, build up chemistry, uh, and just made friends for life. And every time they're gonna play each other, they're gonna be like, "Oh, remember, we played in Arizona and whatever." And like over the years, like people will, get into the league more and more, or like just, like the connections, they will never like get lost. I feel like because we're like just so connected last year.
It was obviously an extremely fun season, a magical ride all the way to the Final Four. You guys ended up losing to Michigan, which was an amazing team. Tommy said you ran into a monster, basically. There are different ways that guys handle a loss like that. Some of them like just chalk it up as a lesson. Some just like, hey, it's over, I'll let it go. Some guys like they have trouble letting it go. Like it still, bothers them to this day. How have you kind of processed the way the season ended?
At the beginning, it was definitely a little bit difficult because actually, the most difficult thing was the night after the game because I didn't sleep the whole night, and then the next morning at like 7 a.m. we had to leave because we were already going back home. So like just the next 24 hours were definitely shitty. But after that, you got home, you you just been doing just the regular stuff. You go to the class, pick up on your assignments, all of that. Um, and yeah, I mean, just don't think about basketball. Like I didn't touch the ball. I didn't went to the gym. I didn't do anything. Just trying to, give my body a rest after the long season. And obviously try and, think not, about it at all. Um, but anytime like sometimes it would like always come up and I'm really like, damn, like we're in the in the final four and like, I just but like the only like the good thing is about it, like we gave it our all. So at least,
Mm-hmm.
I don't have like the feeling like I could have done better or like I could have done more. So like yeah, it sucks, but it's just what it is. It's sports and that's why I like it. That's why I like it more than soccer because it's 0-0 and then you just go home.
Yeah,
How long did you go without touching the basketball after the Final Four?
At least like a month and a half. Like
Oh, month and a half. Wow.
yeah, like the first time I touched the basketball was back in Germany again, when I had my little camp. So I didn't touch the basketball after Final Four until May
Oh, wow.
17th. Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
wow. Well,
Dang. Well, you had a nice reception
yeah.
on campus when you came back to town, right? I'm sure that made
Yes.
everyone feel it's a little bit better.
Yeah, no, it's definitely crazy. Like the fans are super super like loving and helping and like never negative. And it's really like refreshing, to see people that really care about us, to support us and just see how much it meant to them that we made it so far.
And you have developed a connection with the fans, right? Like you are interacting with them out on the court. Did that just kind of happen naturally?
Yeah, it happened naturally. At the beginning, I was, a little bit shy, new to everything. Didn't know how, really to, express myself. And then, Tommy just told me like just play basketball, like just be yourself. I really took it to heart. And then, yeah, I mean, it just, got what it got. And I just always try, to spend just a little bit more time with the fans, because like they're going out, coming 2, 3 hours, before even the gym opens, to all the meetings that we have. They come with their own clothes, balls, want to get signed. I remember when they were like standing around the bookstore, and it was like
Oh
two
yeah.
mile of a lane. Um,
Yeah.
and it was just, it's crazy to me. And I always, try, sign as many things as possible, talk to me as many people as possible. But it's just, it's so many, and it's a good problem to have. It's a good problem to have. So many people supporting you.
Outside of McHale Center, what was the craziest college basketball atmosphere you played in last year?
I gotta give it to Kansas. I gotta give it to Kansas. I remember we were number one. It was Monday, Big Monday. The Big Monday curse, whatever. And yeah, I mean, the gym was crazy. It was jumping. It was really loud. They had two student sections. Uh, and when we got the plan for this year's, I was a little bit sad that we're not gonna play in Kansas, because I definitely wanted my league back.
Yeah, I had the privilege of going to a game as a fan. It was North Carolina against Kansas in the fall of, what was that, 24, I guess. It was the first time they had played each other at either campus in a really long time. And man, what a magical building that is. It's very old school too. Like you can see like the windows, the way the
Yes.
bleachers are set up. And as Ivan mentioned, two student sections. You've got one on either end, so you're kind of like it's surround sound
Yeah,
if you're a visitor to that place.
No, that's
Um,
crazy.
yeah,
man. You mentioned earlier you did a camp in Germany. Tell
Yes.
us about that.
I mean, yeah. I mean, my brother had a idea, to do a camp, and I'm like, sure, that's a good idea. He organized everything. I got there. We had two groups, two times 20 people, so 40 in total. 3 hours each. So, it was just a little camp, like a little pilot program, the first time, testing in the waters. And it went really well. We got good feedback on that. It was fun. It was fun.
were
Did
these
you?
little kids
Yeah,
you're
I was
you're
gonna say.
dealing with?
Yeah, it was 12 and 14-year-olds. Yes.
Okay, boys and girls.
Yes, boys and girls.
Nice.
What is the importance of doing stuff like that? Like, did you have camps like that growing up?
Yes, I did. But like just for me, I always wanted to like ask the the pros already, or like the people that already did not make it all the way, but at least made the next step. And it's like what we have a 5 year age gap, with the 14-year-olds. So, it's just, showing them perspective that it's possible. When you put in the work, you put in the hours, you put in the effort, you could be where I am right now. So, I just always want to give back to the community, that supports me. And yeah, it was just fun, enjoying time with the kids, teaching them a couple tricks here and there. And it's funny to see them, fail and fail and fail, and then after 10 times failing, they succeed, and to see how happy they are.
Couple more for Yvonne here, and we'll get
Thank
him
you.
get him out of here. So yeah, Justin asked you about Beer Garden at the beginning. He said you haven't been there yet. Feel like this is a potential NIL opportunity for you. So maybe you should get your hook up with those guys. But aside from that, when you're out and about in Tucson, where do you like to go to eat? What type of food have you maybe discovered since you've been out here in the Southwest of America?
Uh, Actually, like super, super, like broad, like everything a little bit. Um, Lately I've been super, super high on sushi.
Mm.
Just in like different spots. Like Mr. On's, I like the hibachi and the sushi. There's a Kintaro on Speedway. It's all you can eat. There's also on Speedway. There's O Sushi, I think it's called. Super, neat place, super light place. Just love the people there. I just like the sushi. Also, I've been, occasionally eating a Sonorian hot dog. It's
Mm.
just too many. It's just too many calories at once. But once in a while, I'll slide one in. But yeah, also I tried a little bit of Mexican food here at Momo's, right across the street.
Hmm.
So yeah, I've been also to Casa Vida, I think it's called. Just exploring a little bit, trying. Also Hawaiian Bros. It's a little further away from here, but it's also not bad. Just trying some things out. Yeah.
So many good options in Tucson, right?
Can't go wrong,
Like
man.
seriously,
Can't go wrong.
can't
One
go
thing you
wrong.
need to put on your sushi list, Oban Sushi in downtown, right next to
Oban.
the
Okay.
Rialto on Congress.
All right.
Their head sushi guy is a 3-time Iron Chef champion. So he's
Oh
like
wow.
he knows the stuff when it comes to sushi. It's great stuff.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah. All right. What between now and Red Blue, what does life look like for Ivan Kharchenkov?
Um, Nothing much actually. Just two workouts a day, in the morning and the evening, and team practice is gonna get picked up tomorrow, I think. Uh, and yeah, just working out, recovering. Whenever I have a little bit more time, I'm try and go slide a golf session in. Trying to work on my swing. And yeah, then we're gonna fly to Lithuania. We're gonna have three big games there.
Yep.
I think it's gonna be a good, test for us to see mentally where we at. Um, and then we're gonna come back, and right before Red Blue is gonna be my birthday, my 20th, and then yeah, it's Red Blue and it's go time.
And it's go time, man. Where do you golf?
Uh,
Where have you played?
I've played at the Tucson Country Club, La Paloma, Randolph. These have been like my three main spots.
Okay. Good courses. La Paloma, probably the most challenging course you'll play in Tucson, man. That's course will
Yes.
chew you up.
Yeah, I lost a couple balls there. Just
just
just a couple, just a couple though.
just a couple though. That is Arizona forward Ivan Kharchenkov joining the Wildcast podcast. The Wildcast presented by Pima Federal Credit Union. Ivan, thank you so much for joining us. Taking time out of your busy schedule to be a part of the podcast, and looking forward to seeing year 2 for you at Arizona.
Of course, you're so welcome. Thanks for having me.
Thank you.